Big Mike's Coffee Shop presents the Avery Journal-Times Coaches Corner broadcast. Here is our host, Jamie Schell.
And good day. Welcome to the Viking Coaches Show here at Big Mike's Coffee Shop. Here located in beautiful Newland, North Carolina. Jamie Schell here with the Avery Journal-Times, here with head coach Ethan Farmer for our weekly discussion. And Coach, last week the matchup with McDowell had a lot of players, had a full sideline. I think they had about 3 teams worth of players. Yep. Can you just talk? I know it wasn't the outcome that y'all wanted. I know it was a tough go of it last week, especially coming off the win the previous week. But what do you feel like your team learned out of last week's experience?
Really, truthfully, we learned continuously to keep fighting, not give up. And we discussed that. We kind of talked about all 3 phases of the ball game. We were not able to execute like we wanted to, and I think that kind of took a toll. And this week here, we kind of went back over some different things there, and fixed some issues that we had. And I think right now, we've actually had a great week of practice this week, and super excited for this upcoming week.
We won't talk anymore about Friday. We'll talk about this coming week. How's that sound, Coach? Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Madison. I know when you see them, you're opening up playing the Western Highlands Conference this week. That game down in Marshall Friday night. Well, when you've seen you and your coaches breaking down kind of Madison on tape, what are you seeing that they do well? What are some things you notice about them?
Out of the backfield, 21. He's a pretty heavy runner there offensively. 2, they got some guys at receiver as well, number 3, and also number 2. And 2, quarterback's really solid. He's a triple threat option there, dual threat, I would say. And just, him just being, just a mobile quarterback can do a lot of different things out of that, especially out the backfield as well, with the backs that they do have. And up front, they're huge up front, pretty physical guys. And, just based off what I've seen, I mean, they're a tough bunch.
You haven't played them here in a couple of years. Of course, with the hurricane happening last year, it basically forced kind of cancellation of that game last year. So you haven't played them in, I guess, a couple of years. And I know a couple of years ago, kind of got away late. I know there was some things where maybe they might have scored a little later than they needed to. I don't know. It was like a 41-20 game, I think it was.
35-27.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. My numbers aren't good. It's too early. Still I have my coffee. But as far as that's usually been a series. If you go back looking over the course of the history between the two, Avery has in many ways dominated this series. You've had, Avery has won probably anywhere from like 3 out of every 4 games played until, say, the last few years where Madison, they've had a couple of good spurts here and there. What do you attribute just Avery's success against them in the past 2, and what do you think it's going to take for that kind of success to continue Friday night?
I would just say, Madison, since I've been here, even as an assistant, it's always been a tough game, and tough conference game for sure. And I don't know what it is, but it seems like a intense matchup for sure. And they're kids that will play for 4 quarters, and on top of that too, they're attacking it each and every play. So I think we'll look back, go back on the history a little bit. 2021, they got us down there. I think it was 28-27. We lost by 1. We missed a field goal at the end. 2022 it was here. It was 38-35. That came down to the wire as well. Both of those games did, and then even in 2023, that game came down to the wire. I think we were down 21-0 at halftime, and we made a comeback. The fourth quarter right there, it was a good game. But it was still got that history, and I'm thinking tomorrow definitely going to be a long matchup for sure. Plus, it's going to be a physical game tomorrow.
Talk a little. You mentioned physicality. Talk a little bit about your health. I know, again, playing a hard game with McDowell last week. I know you had a couple of guys that weren't available.
Yep.
Where are you guys as far as availability goes for this week of players?
I mean, right now we're down 2. Gerke is making a huge recovery right now, and we hopefully get him back in. I think here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe sooner. But we'll probably be down 1 this week here for sure. Not saying Gerke's not but Gerke will be back soon.
Right. That's when you expect.
Yeah,
That's expected. I understand that. Yeah.
We'll be down Jacksonville this week, so that'll be number 1. Jackson number 4.
Gotcha.
So hopefully we can, Joe's working with him continuously, and hopefully we can get him back real soon as well. And but we'll be down tomorrow actually too. We got one out with a shoulder injury right now, but prayers for sure, and hopefully for a speedy recovery for these guys. But we'll be down 2 tomorrow.
I will say Jackson's one of those kids that really, first, I don't know if it's first year playing under you, I guess.
Yep.
And he's really progressed over the course of the
Absolutely.
season, running the football,
Yep.
defensively. I know that's going to be missed, but at the same time, I know with your backfield, you still have Tandem, you still have Zane,
Yep.
You still have your quarterback, whichever one's going to be back there at the time.
Yep.
So it seems like that area is a little bit deeper, perhaps,
Absolutely.
than you have, like, say, on the line.
Absolutely, and too. With Jackson, I mean, even though this week, he's still working with Joe. He's still encouraging.
Right.
It's a senior, but he's still encouraging. Leader all on and off the field, and obviously with Oak too, and all our seniors right now. Everybody's pushing one another right now, even though they may be down a little bit, but due to an injury. But everybody's pushing one another, so that's one of the key things that I look at. Obviously everybody cares for one another, and that's one of the things we talked about this week too. So just making sure we stick together for sure.
Speaking of entertaining teams, the JV team last Thursday night, playing against Cherokee here in Newland, scoreless at the half. I would say a defensive struggle, but there were some turnovers involved too.
Absolutely.
But then in the second half, they were, you all took the lead in the third quarter. The JVs did a great drive coming out to start the third quarter.
Absolutely.
And then Cherokee is able to take advantage of a couple of plays that really kind of proved to be the difference in that game. I think it was 22-6 the final, but still, you got to be proud about how hard and how well your JVs are fighting.
I mean, I am extremely proud of them. I know Coach Coggins was out last week due to a illness, but he's back obviously tonight. But these guys fight each and every day. And one of the key things too, and we all told them, all the coaches did at the end of the game, they played for 4 quarters. They didn't quit. They didn't give up. Right. They stick together. And on top of that, I told them at halftime, like, guys, it's going to be a 4-quarter game. And when you look at numbers too, we've got probably, I think we got 2 or maybe 3 that's out right now. But a total of 20 players. You look on the opposing team, they have and
they're bringing tour buses with players full of
tour
them.
buses, and it didn't stop our guys. And that's one of the things you definitely can look forward to, and definitely continuously praise. And these guys worked together. They worked hard. I mean, and they played hard. So I mean, just like it was like 1 or 2 things that we kind of right there in the game at the end, in the second half, it kind of gave a little upside to it. But the guys kept fighting all the way to the end, and I'm very, very proud of this group.
Yeah, and again, of course, we appreciate being here at this place at Big Mike's Coffee Shop. I know their fall menu out and available, pumpkin spice lattes, as far as also the flat macchiato. That's always the one I mention because I remember it better than all the other ones. Of course, the fruity pebble trees, got the hot butterscotch delights. They've got a ton of different options here, hot and cold. Definitely, we want to encourage you to patronize Big Mike's Coffee Shop. Getting ready here in about the next month to be moving locations over on to Highway 194. I guess it'd technically be Pinola Street, I guess, technically. Just near the Quick Shop and near Hardee's in that area there on the main drag here in Newland. But we're here at Y Street at this location here this morning. We do want to give, again, not just a shout out to our JV football team, but just want to give props to our girls golf team. I know they've continued to be dominant. They are ranked at the top of the 2A teams in the state of North Carolina right now, winning tournament after tournament in Western Highlands Conference play. Just appreciate Mike Shook, the coach, and their team, and their members. Want to give them a shout out. I know we expect a lot of good things to happen for them this fall, the rest of the season. Also, the volleyball team. Wow, had an exciting game against defending state champion Polk County on Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday night. Mix my days up.
Yeah, you're good.
Tuesday night, a 5-set thriller. Avery just falling just short in both the JV and varsity games, but Coach Erica Eller and her team, their teams are, and Coach Cook with the JVs, they're doing a great job, and just do want to continue to call on them for support as well. Of course, tennis team continues to be in action as well. Cross country really getting going also, and I know I'm always forgetting somebody.
Soccer.
So soccer, of course, soccer boys. They had a thrilling overtime game the other night. Wow, against Madison. Ended up going 3-3 in the overtime, and Madison getting a a winning goal in the second portion of overtime for a 4-3 win. But Avery's soccer team continuing to improve and continue to look good under Coach Jim Shapiro as they continue to work hard as well. Coach, I guess the last thing I'll ask you regarding the game Friday night is, to win this game, how important is it once you get into conference to start this conference season 1-0 and just to have a good foot, because this is going to be your final road game for about a month. You're going to have this long homestand coming up. How important is it for you to get on a good foot this week?
It's kind of what I hit on this morning at the morning practice. We got to win on the road. That's key for us, and two, winning on the road, a tough environment, tough place as well, a tough place to play. And to be able to hopefully be able to start 1-0, I think it'll mean the world to our program, and to start us off on a good foot. And it's like I told our kids, this is a new season. You got non-conference for a reason, and then you start conference play. And I said, everybody in the state of North Carolina right now is starting, conference play, and we play in a tough conference. And we definitely know this one will mean the world to us. To be able to start this one off 1-0, get back to our goals. And that's another thing we hit it on this week too. Getting to our goals. And non-conference didn't go the way we wanted it. And it's not the outcome that we wanted it. But right now, again, take a deep breath. It's time to attack it again. Get ready for conference play, and you got 6 of them. So you got to start somewhere. So it starts tomorrow night, and I think our guys are ready to play. And again, this would help us out a lot. And I don't think we won on the road. We didn't win on the road last year. So right now it's kind of like one of those things to where you gotta use it as motivation. And I think our guys is ready to accept the challenge for sure. So.
And you've actually won on the road this year already.
Yes,
you already knocked
absolutely.
that out, with that win at
Absolutely.
Asheville Christian Academy. So,
Absolutely.
and very easily this team could be 500 because of that West Caldwell game
Yep.
and how that one kind of panned out.
Yep.
So, and then the 2 games, of course, Hampton, McDowell,
Yep.
both those teams really good
Yep.
ball teams.
Yep.
Both of them, kind of sharpen you getting ready for this season.
No, absolutely.
I never say that losses are great losses, but
Yep.
sometimes playing competition, and that's part of the non-conference.
Absolutely.
It's not that when
Absolutely.
you schedule
Absolutely.
this, to play teams in schools that are really good to get you ready for conference.
And that was one of the key things in year 2. And hats off to McDowell. And obviously good luck to them too, and to everybody to the rest of the season. But McDowell, they're a really good team. And when people look at it, reality 7A versus a 2A. Everybody has their opinion about it, but the key thing is to it. That's a really good team, and I think too that kind of helped us and going to help us obviously prep for this conference play starting. And again, it was kind of just used as motivation.
Right.
With guys, we got to win on the road, and this is starting conference play, and we're starting on the road. So I'm looking forward to our guys playing tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to the JVs tonight, and just looking forward. I'm excited. I'm excited for. It's the fall. It's just conference play, and even for our JVs, every game's critical. But at the same time, you got to keep fighting. So I'm excited. So
all right. So again, JVs play at Swain County tonight as we're recording this on Thursday evening, and then the Vikings varsity football team be down at Roberts Stadium in Marshall to take on Madison to open Western Highlands Conference portion of its schedule. Kickoff schedule for 7:30 p.m. there in Madison County Friday night. Coach, we always appreciate the time. We thank you for joining us, and
Yes,
look forward to watching you guys come away with a win coming up Friday night. That's
Yes,
what we're hoping for.
yes, sir. Hoping for it.
And again, we appreciate Big Mike's for hosting us and for everything that they offer and everything that they do. I want you to please support them and everything that they do in their endeavors as far as what they have to offer, hot and cold drinks and everything in between. Please support Big Mike's. Mike and Jackie Nelson, we thank them for their sponsorship.
Absolutely.
But for now, this is Jamie Show with Coach Farmer. We wish you all the best, and look forward to seeing you next week for the Viking Coaches Show. Go Vikings.
Go Vikes.